Hi Capricorn, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I'm going to pull some cards for you today. It's Sun, Moon, and Rising. You can also use Mars and Venus, but I use the Divine Feminine's Mars to the Masculine's Venus. So if you're masculine, you can use Venus. For feminine, you can use Mars. Okay, so let's see what comes up. I already pre-shuffled, so I'm just going to shuffle a few more times and see where this takes us. I have the Gilded Tarot here. Capricorn for November 7 today, 2019. But if you happen to come across this on a different day, it doesn't matter, whatever you resonate with. Capricorn, November 11. I guess I'm looking forward to 11/11. 11. Today is November 7, 2019 for Capricorn. For everyone watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? For Capricorn, November 7, 2019. So first card coming out, you have Judgment reversed. The challenge is the Ten of Swords reversed. The foundation for you guys is the Chariot reversed. Recent past is the Six of Swords. What's crowning is the Sun. And you might notice I don't do this in the usual Celtic cross position. I do it, I put them out, it's the same type of setup, but I do it in more of a an energetic circle as opposed to the cross. Okay, so that was the Sun is crowning you, and then coming up is the Hermit reversed. You see yourself as the Seven of Swords reversed. Around you, or how others might see you, is the High Priestess reversed. The blocks that you need to clear or things you need to work on have to do with the Three of Wands. And then we end up with the Page of Wands. So I do a little bit of a hangman configuration at the end here. I have the connection to whatever's left. I'm Virgo, so Mercury retrograde. Sorry if my words don't come out right. So I do a hangman configuration, a link card to whatever's left in limbo at the end of the read, okay? And then I do a wild card at the end, which I'll show you at the end. So what's connecting to whatever's left hanging is the Seven of Cups. And so what's left hanging is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. And then, so I'll show you the other cards at the end. And then we have the underlying energy is the Page of Cups. And let's see what that's all about. Okay. Okay. So this is first the underlying energy to see what's going on with you guys. We have the Nine of Cups guy reversed over here, the Eight of Wands reversed, and then we have the Children in the Garden, the Six of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune card up here, and then the Page of Cups. So there's some lack of satisfaction here, and not expressing feelings, not exchanging energy. This has to do with the past, a negative past, children who are being difficult, or the past returning. But this is destined, fated. We have the Wheel of Fortune here coming up all around the Page of Wands, which can be a child, a friend, it could be an offer of love, it could be puppy love, and a new love. But that's really positive. You have the Wheel of Fortune, even the Six of Cups, if it's the past returning, or you're someone you want to return and coming back, that's a positive there with the retrograde now, to work things out. And it's destined because we have the Wheel of Fortune upright. And in this card, It's making me think of Jupiter. So Jupiter and Cancer there as well, with the Cancer node. It's coming up in the card though as well. And then this new love, or puppy love, or even a child's love. Could be a new child as well. But it's more about the past returning, or dealing with negative wounds from the past or childhood issues, and not expressing whatever you're not satisfied about. So that might be it, having to do with saying what doesn't make you happy. Like, you know, when you're younger and you're first in relationships, you expect the other person to just know. They should know, right? But this is saying, no, you have to express what makes you happy and what doesn't make you happy. All right, so this is where we're starting out from. The need to express someone's not happy. So even when not happy, it's like someone's returning to offer love, but also need to express what they need. Not necessarily the negative aspect of your feelings, but what it actually is that you need to make you feel good in a relationship, a friendship, whatever it is, family, whatever. So in the recent past, we have the Six of Swords. So this is finding a peaceful place to be, finding peaceful thoughts around the Page of Cups, which is beautiful energy. It's innocent and loving and kind, and doesn't expect anything from you. It's a Page of Cups. It's like that baby pure love. So it's finding peace in love, or a message of love, or an offer of love, or a friend coming to help, coming to save the day by bringing you peace. And the foundation here is the Chariot reversed, which can be a lot of different energies. It's along the line with the Page of Cups though. So, and that could be a kid, and maybe the Page of Cups has a car that broke down, or their ride broke down, or their ride forgot to pick them up. And it can be anything to do with the Chariot reversed. You know, you could feel broke, like you don't have any money. You could feel broken or be having a breakdown. Your car could be having issues. A move or travel could be canceled. You could feel like you're on the warpath. But I'm not getting that so much with the other energies around. It's just some brokenness. Or like I said, a car. It could be ambulance too, but I'm not getting anything major. I'm getting, if anything, more minor. And it could have to do with the Page of Cups might have done something wrong that they're coming clean about. Okay, but this is the foundation of the read, this brokenness. The center of the read for you guys is the Judgment card reversed. So somebody could be eating their words, I'm just getting now, but it usually has to do with deliberations, not being judgmental. Judgment is just making a decision, and we have to be judgmental in making decisions for ourselves. We can't get through this life without it. But as far as judgment, we're supposed to not judge on other people's behalf, right? Because we're invading their space, right? You have to ask permission before you give somebody your suggestions or your advice, because we're all each sovereign people. But you have to make a judgment every day. You can't function in getting up in the morning without making a decision, okay? That's what judgment is. But this is somebody maybe eating their words, or waiting too long and making a decision. Could be having made bad decisions in the past, or making a bad choice now, or just waiting too long to make a decision. Because you found peace, you didn't feel the urgency of the need to make the decision, even though it might have been in your highest interest. You were too comfortable to do it. So the challenge is the Ten of Swords reverse, which has to do with the worst is over now, but you got to let the swords fall out of your back. So after you've been in that kind of chaos and pain for a long time, it's like that post-war feeling. It's hard to get used to the fact that the pain isn't there anymore, and to let it go, to not cling to it. So in your head, or what's crowning the read, is the sun. This is beautiful. It's powerful, it's energized, it's childlike energy. Everything revolves around the sun, right? So So Jupiter and Saturn are coming into focus again here, which Jupiter just came up in another card for me. So Jupiter's switching into Capricorn, I think it's December 3rd, so it's coming up. So there's gonna be a big switch of energy there, because Sag is so, you know, free and seeking knowledge, and Capricorn's more restricted and responsible, and all about climbing that hill, that goat, you know. So crowning in the moment is really positive energy. So where is this going? It's going to the Hermit. So when the Hermit's reversed, it can be either that you're over-isolating, right? Because when he's upright, he has the light, he's wise, he's spending time on his own, within his own energy. And this could be over-isolating, so kind of going out of your mind. It could be a parent who's also losing their mind. It can also then realizing you're over-isolating and the need to come out. So coming out with whatever you've been contemplating about. But there's a lot of majors here for you guys, okay? Because we already have the Judgment card. For me, that's Aquarius. We have the Chariot, Cancer. We have Leo, and then Virgo there. And we have Pisces coming up as well. And then Libra is in the underlying energy. So you see yourself as the Seven of Swords reversed, which can be a sneaky little shit. Or this is just coming clean about what you've done. And it looks like the Page of Swords in this deck is like, I didn't do it. Or I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. So it could just be a child who did something wrong, or it could be an adult feeling vulnerable and admitting what they did wrong. Or you could just be feeling like you did something wrong, even if you didn't. Or trying to sneak out of it. And this isn't the worst when it's reversed. It's not like that real, like, thief or cheating energy. It's more about someone just being a little sneaky, maybe a little white lie, trying to get out of something they did. But here it's also coming clean about something bad. It could be really bad that you did, but I'm not getting this with the kid. They might have done something bad with the car, or they might have done something bad while they were driving. I mean, you never know. It could be something they never told their parents about. And this Page of Cups doesn't have to be a kid. It can be an adult, like I said, who's feeling very vulnerable, like a little kid. Like they're going to get punished, even if they're adult. So around you, or how you're seen, is the High Priestess reversed, which has to do with the need to use your intuition, because maybe you're not tapping into your higher self, your connections. So it's, you're becoming ungrounded, and you're just floating around, woo, not really grounding yourself, and maybe doing stupid things, not thinking first, which can be like an airy type of child. But it also can mean that a secret's come out, which is why you're coming clean, maybe after the fact. So the blocks that you need to clear, Capricorn, have to do with the Three of Wands. So for the traditional sense, it's that ship. You see the ship in this card, which it isn't in all cards, but it is in this. So the ship, you're waiting for the ship to come in, and it could be at the beach. But it's also about being present to what's right in front of you. Not looking forward, not like looking back, but just being present in the moment. To just appreciate every little thing. Like you see, he's seeing the seagull. He's really noticing what's right in front of him. Appreciating the beauty of nature and our everyday, not being so wrapped up in what's coming in next, like what's coming in on my cargo ship, how much money am I going to make from this, or not looking at the past. He's also wearing like Chinese silks, so he could be waiting for a shipment from China. But the ship is also like a Viking ship, so it could be waiting. It could be someone with a Chinese background with a Viking person waiting for the other one to come home. Maybe they were out on a cruise or out at sea and now returning, or could be going away as well, but it's usually waiting for the ship to come in. But it's really that process about being present in the moment to allow the inspiration to come for that next stage of development. So don't be blocked about distractions. You need to just focus, just right what's here and now. So we end up with the Page of Wands. There's obviously kids involved here. Not for everybody. You can still be two adults acting like kids, but we have two kids. We have a Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. So the Page of Wands is inspired, and this is more masculine for me. The Page of Cups is more feminine, but they can both be a boy or a girl. There could be someone, they could be Jewish as well, because it could be wearing a yarmulke. But this is very positive. Both kids are upright. They just could be a little impish, right? They're a little bit mischievous. Could be a little up to no good. But someone might like one of their parents might really like that about them because, you know, they're being free thinking. But it could get them into trouble, and then they won't think that they did anything wrong. There's something about orange groves here too. Maybe somebody wants to go to Florida, or they love oranges, or they're working with an orange grove. There's also terracotta and checkers or chess going on. Maybe someone's ready to make their next move and being very sneaky about it, very cunning. It could be having a checkers or chess match too with people, like with a huge board, maybe kids playing that like in a kitchen or another playroom in the house where they have different colored tiles and they can actually play chess or checkers on the floor. But the Page of Wands is looking at the sun. So maybe they're learning about the sun or energized by the sun, and the Page of Wands is all about being physical and passionate. And maybe someone wants to learn about astrology. This actually came up in my big read yesterday or today, I can't remember when it was. So it could be a child who wants to learn about astrology or astronomy or anything about the planets or the sun. Maybe the parents have them pegged to do something specific, and the child is not very forthright in what they actually want to do because they're scared that the parent's not going to accept that or say no. But this one doesn't, I'm not getting that. The Page of Cups, yes, maybe holding back about what they really want. The Page of Wands, I'm not getting that. Like, they don't listen to authority. They do what they want, whether they said no or not. But they have a sneaky look on their face, so I'd watch that Page of Wands coming out here, because they're going towards the sun and they're very energized. Maybe something that you guys have been putting off for a long time, the kids keep bugging you about it, and you keep putting it off, and now they're going to do it without you because they're sick of waiting and deliberating about it, so they're just going to do it themselves. The one is anyway. I think the other one might tell on them because they're afraid they'll get in trouble. The Page of Wands isn't afraid about getting in trouble. So what will be hanging in limbo, and what's the connection to that? So we have the Seven of Cups coming up next, which is about all their options. And in this deck, they're all really beautiful options. It's kind of hard to know what's best. Everything looks good. Everything on the menu. One of each, please. This is this Page of Wands energy. The Page of Cups is like, what are you doing? We're going to get in trouble. And then we have so the Seven of Cups is the connection to the Nine of Pentacles reversed like this. Right, so that's the Hangman here. So what's left in limbo at the end of this read has to do with someone their eyes are bigger than their stomach, right? But it could be with shopping, with anything, where there's a child has a credit card and they may be spending a lot of money. All right, so I pulled a wild card, but I actually ended up pulling two, which I end up doing that sometimes. And the Nine of Pentacles could be a third child, could be an older one. But that one's definitely a girl for me. And she's spending money. So the Page of Cups is coming clean about something. So it might not be about what they did. It might be about what the Page of Wands did, or the Nine of Pentacles sovereign did, who's spending money. Or, I mean, that one could be losing your independence, money, power. So she could have lost her virginity, and the younger sibling knows about it, and they might be willing to tell on them. So it could be anything. But it's between the Page of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles sovereign. But the older one's reversed. It's like she's letting the younger one get away with something, maybe to even keep her secret. but the younger one could get burned, and the older one should know better. So what's coming up after all this is the King of Wands reverse. So somebody's in trouble, okay? This is definitely someone getting in trouble. And the Sovereign reverse doesn't have to be a child. It can be an adult too. It could be the King of Wands partner who spent all this money on the kids, or let them spend all this money. Like they couldn't decide, so they let them have everything. And the King of Wands may be the breadwinner, and so he's pissed. So whether that's a child or an adult female, neither one of them is happy at this point. But at the end, we have the Queen of Swords. All right, so the Queen of Swords may be the voice of reason that comes in the situation, where, you know, maybe the father unloads on the kids, and then the Queen of Swords comes in to mediate the situation, to calm things down, that it's going to be okay, it's not the end of the world. That's kind of the information I'm getting. Or that she actually knows the truth of the situation. Maybe they couldn't get the truth because 3 different people were telling the father 3 different things. And then the Queen of Swords, whether it's the partner or not, it just could be somebody else, comes in with the truth. The truth seeker with the light. And that could even be going online for a reading, right? Because the father can't get the truth out of the kids. Could go online to get a reading to get some indication of which one's telling the truth and which one's not. That's pretty funny. So we have the King of Wands, the Queen of Swords. So we have fire sign masculine energy here. So Leo, Sag, Aries, and then we have the Queen of Swords. So any air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. She's upright though with a little smirk on her face. She likes that the kids are impish, but it really pisses the father or whoever this masculine is off. He could just be really tired too, or too exhausted to deal with them. And he's like, you deal with them. I'm not dealing with them this time. And it definitely could have to do with the car. So of course that's a big deal, because if anything happened to the car, it's a lot of money and insurance and all that kind of stuff. Somebody makes poor decisions. But when the worst is over, they don't let it go. They keep harping on it. So this could be the King of Wands. The King of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles reversed are both reversed. Everyone else is upright. So it would be one of them who keeps harping on it over and over and over again. And it could be Virgo energy too, since the Hermit's reversed. The King of Wands could be that Hermit energy. Or the Hermit energy could also be the Page of Wands. There could be some Virgo in them. Yep, the Page of Wands is the one who did it. The older one might have done it, but the Page of Wands is the one who put them up to it. And all will be exposed. Or the Page of Wands tells on the older sibling, because they're in line with everything exposed. The Page of Wands and the Queen of Swords, they have all the truth, and the Page of Wands may actually have a little bit of joy, or reap some enjoyment from somebody else getting in trouble. The Nine of Pentacles older sister. Or it could be somebody else too. You know, it could be somebody outside the family, a friend of either the parents or a friend of theirs, anyone. It could be anyone. So now I want to see so what do we need to know about this reading? Just when the Page of Cups thought they had peace in the house, or wherever it is, something happened with the car, or some kind of breakdown in communications, somebody made a really bad choice or didn't make a choice, and then everything was exposed. But the worst is over now, so it's already done, Mom and Dad. It's okay. The worst is over. Nobody got hurt. What do we need to know about Capricorn's situation here? The mature man. Okay, so what about this mature man? All right, so the mature man is coming home from work, all right? So he's been working really hard, so he may not appreciate having to deal with all this crap when he gets home. But it's actually, his anger doesn't have to do with the kids and whatever just went wrong. He's thinking about another woman, and that's why he's impatient and freaking out. Or he's trying to figure out who actually did it. And he's like being the inspector from Clue, and saying, and maybe they're playing Clue actually. But then we have the adjudication card comes up. So someone might have to, they may have to go to court about something. A child may have to go to court about something, or the father may actually want to make them go to court. It's kind of like scared straight. They might want to do that with them, you know, so they'll never do it again. Okay. So there could be some kind of something where they got in trouble with the law, or like I said, they don't want to make sure it never happens again, so they take him to a scared straight program, or they take him in just asking the judge or the court to just give him a little scare. And then we have, yep, there's a car and 2 girls. Check it out. There's your issue. So something had to do with the car. So whether it's the car itself, or that it wasn't their car, they took the parents' car out, or they went somewhere they weren't allowed to go. Yep, there's another one. And money. They might have gone to a casino as well. Oh, that's scary. Young girls in a casino. There could be a third too, which might not be one of the siblings. Or it could be. This could be all 3 of the kids right here. So this, I don't know who the false one is. It's either, the false one's probably the oldest one, this one. But it could be the Page of Wands as well. And then we have 2 other women too. So they could be all sisters, or they could be at least 2 siblings and another friend. And then somebody hits the jackpot. So I don't know what that happens. So did someone win money at the casino, but they did it illegally because they were underage? And the Queen of Swords, if somebody did something like that, this Queen of Swords is pleased with her kids. Like saying, that's my daughter, and the father's pissed as all hell. Because it's not the right thing. So the father's more interested in what the right thing is, the mother's more interested in the ingenuity, the creativity of the child. So let's see. Let's see here. I'm just going to use my Rider-Waite Mini to just get a little bit more information. Is there anything else that we need to know about? And the house, this is the bottom of the Kipper deck. Okay, so there may have something to do with staying home, or being grounded, or weren't supposed to leave the house and they did. But you know, hitting the jackpot could just be because they got away with what they got away with, and they think they hit the jackpot, right? All right. So, or they did something illegal, and it's not a joking matter, because even if you think that you like that they use their ingenuity, that if they do something like this again, you know, they could literally go to prison. So it's like the parent who thinks, like, my children can do no wrong, which is kind of scary, right? Because they won't ever punish them even if they're wrong. Like, that's my kid. It's, yeah. It's not, you're not helping anyone by allowing your children to lie, cheat, or steal, whatever it is. It's not going to serve them in the future. They have to be their own truth. It's good for them to be themselves and not you to dictate how they should be as far as personality. But, you know, you don't want to teach your kids to lie. Be sneaky, hurt other people, damage their property, all that kind of stuff. So why is the Queen of Swords smiling? Why does she have that smirk on her face with the King of Wands reversed? Why is she smirking? All right. So the Queen of Swords at the end is smirking because we have the Four of Swords and the Knight of Wands and the Temperance card. Because somebody was a player, but somebody got away with something and maybe snuck out at night, or they weren't able to sleep, so they decided to go out and be a player, or they fell short and realized it and then took one step at a time. So once they realized something bad happened or they did something wrong, they took the proper steps to be patient. It also could be holding back their passions, and you can't just do whatever you want. And it could be about sex too, like someone snuck out to see a boy and the other 2 younger siblings are telling on them, but was patient, and they were holding back their passions. They weren't going to let them do anything. And that's why the Queen of Swords is saying, like, that's my girl, because she didn't let the player, could even be a boy climbed up into the house, or came in, they let the boy in the house when they weren't home. But they ended up being paid, even if it was the boy was a player and wanted to have sex. It also could be that the boy who came over was actually a patient angel, or that the daughter was a patient angel. However, we have the Ace of Swords, which might be a lie. So the Queen of Swords may think that all is well, and that's my girl or guy, that they did the right thing, but it could be a lie and they don't know about it. Or the Queen of Swords is not worried because she knows if they've lied, yeah, she'll take care of that. Or if some guy tries to touch her child, she's going to cut it off. So she could be talking to the King of Wands like that as well. So I don't like that she's upright, but I'm not getting a good feeling about her for some reason. She may let her kids run wild. And I get that as far as the freedom of your children. But there comes a point there where it's not respectful to the other people around them. Okay, so, all right. So there, you know, it's like my child can do no wrong. You have these beautiful cards of beautiful children being so sweet, oh so sweet, but there is an Ace of Swords reversed there. We need to cut through to the BS. There's a lie, or there's some kind of split going on. This could also be children affected by a split. So this King of Wands reversed and the Queen of Swords are in a split or separation, and they're not getting along, and the Queen of Swords is like letting them do whatever they want, because then they'll side with her. It could be that as well. All right, one last card from my numerology deck. Okay, numerology deck. This is for November 7. It could be, you know, the kids aren't reversed, but they could be ignoring you too. You know how kids can be so obstinate that way. The father or the man involved is not happy, and the Queen of Swords is like, I know best. She's kind of being like, oh, like, I don't know, I don't like it. All right, so for Capricorn, you have domestic harmony and healing, 46 and 66. Okay, so there definitely could be a split at home, and so you're dealing with children acting out in a split, and parents trying to play the kids against each other, competition, whatever it is. They don't have to be splitting up, but they could definitely be fighting with each other. The parents don't have the same point of view here. And the bottom of the deck is a happy ending though. Okay. Okay, so it'll be okay. 46, the 6 of Cups, and the 66 is the Queen of Pentacles, which didn't come up here, but it's about being more grounded. There's no... that's why she came up. There are no pentacles here. Except for the one spent all the... the 9 of Pentacles person spent all the pentacles. There is no money here. Alright, she could have put them in the poorhouse. So the 9 of Pentacles reversed could actually be the Queen of Swords. That she's pissed. She wanted to get back at the partner in a split. And so she spent all the money, and she's very pleased with herself. She had the kids buy whatever they want, whatever. There's a lot of this. And let them do whatever they... that's why I said that wasn't good energy. Okay, hope this was helpful, you guys. Rise and be love.